Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce RTX 4060 in The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered on PC. It's finally here, my friends, and we're gonna play through it with different graphics cards. This one is the MSI Ventus version of the card. I am running it with the latest Nvidia drivers, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power Ups GPU-Z, and over on the left, I am pairing it with the i5-12600KF CPU, overclocked to 5.1 GHz, and 32 gigabytes of RAM. Let's get into it, shall we? And first up, let's go over the settings. I am starting at 1080p resolution using DLSS, so it's set to native, 100% resolution scale. Upscaling is not enabled, as you can see, or frame generation. Dynamic resolution scaling is turned off. This comes on by default, by the way, and I'm utilizing the high settings preset, which it defaulted to with the RTX 4060 here, so I just left it as is. I'm just going to disable camera shake, chromatic aberration, film grain as well. Lens dirt is fine. Let's do this, guys, and I just started the game. If you don't want spoilers, 69 FPS right at the start, beautiful. Don't watch these videos, or maybe just skim through them, you know, to see the FPS and stuff. But yeah, let's see if they learned something with The Last of Us Part 1. That game was really broken on PC when it first came out, obviously with several patches. It now runs fine, but yeah, guys, this seems to be doing quite a good job in terms of graphical fidelity. It looks beautiful as well, and it's staying above 60 frames per second, which is quite nice and smooth. Good stuff. 4060 is doing fine here. The 12600KF, by the way, is heavily utilized. Look at that, 70% plus CPU utilization very often. Now, this has 6 performance cores, and well, they probably are completely maxed out here, but it's not introducing stuttering issues or anything like that, and it's running just fine at 5.1 gigahertz and not bottlenecking the 4060 either. This is really pretty right here, by the way. Damn. Alright. Also, I just noticed I have motion blur enabled. I should disable it in just a little bit, okay? But let's keep on going. It's not too distracting at the moment. Also, we see a lot of grass and vegetation here in The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, which is really nice. The LOD, or the draw distance of objects and stuff like that, is also really good. I'm not really seeing any pop-in issues whatsoever as we've been walking through this field of grass and stuff. I mean, does it look like a next-gen title? Maybe not. It looks very similar to the first one, the Part 1, you know, on PC at least. But, I mean, I don't mind it. It doesn't have ray tracing or anything like that. That's probably why it runs so well. Am I actually going to play the guitar? Oh, I am. Okay, this is gonna be bad, probably. Oh, we're actually... Did you just sniff your armpit? Okay, let's keep on going here. Also, let me just disable the motion blur. Wherever it is, I will find you, and I will kill you. It's snowy already. This is good because in the previous game, in the snowy area is where we saw the FPS dropping like crazy for some reason. It was really weird because usually snowy areas aren't really intensive in games, but here in this one, or at least in the Part 1, it was. And also in Black Myth Wukong, the snowy part of the game is extremely intensive. Oh look, it's a PS3. Very interesting. That's pretty nice. Alright, I actually used to have a PS3 before I jumped into PC gaming. Actually, no. I started on PC and then I bought a PS3 because my PC was crap and my parents wouldn't buy me a new PC because it was too expensive, so they bought me a PS3 instead. Alright, we're outside. Ooh, CPU utilization at 90% with a 12600KF. That is crazy. Okay, it was just loading things, I guess, because we went outside for the first time, but that's really, really high. Alright, even switching between these areas, you know, different areas, it doesn't really have too much stuttering. I saw like a little spike there, but it wasn't even noticeable, so... yeah, this is a really smooth experience. If you have something like this, 12600K or even like a 12400F should be fine here with a 4060 and at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, because that's the recommended spec for this game as well. 16 gigabyte, not 32, and it's only utilizing 14.5 gigs anyways. Yeah, you'll get really good performance. It's nice. No need to utilize DLSS, no need to utilize frame generation either. They did definitely learn something with the first one. It was so broken, but this one is running really well. Compiling shaders again. It doesn't really take 20 minutes or so when you first start the game to compile the shaders like the first one did. It now compiles the shaders in between of these cutscenes and stuff. Also guys, I think I will actually try it with a little bit more sharpening, because with the current sharpness value at 5, it's still a little bit too soft for my taste. Oh, now we gotta play this. Okay, quick throw, there we go. Okay, I am very, very good at throwing balls at people. Yes, so yeah, you're screwed. Boy, wait a second. I actually got a little bit of a revenge here. Okay. It's so smooth, guys. I mean, it's been so long since we've actually seen a game come out in its first day one, okay? The day one that it came out, without patches or anything like that, that actually doesn't stutter out of the box. And you don't need to do anything, alright? It's just smooth. Also, in terms of the temperatures here, it's 21 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure why I'm showing it to you, but yeah, it's 20.9 degrees Celsius. And after playing for a while, at the end of the video, I will show it to you again to see how much the room heated up by dumping 100 watts of GPU power into it. That's just another new thing that I want to add to these videos, because sometimes it gets really hot in here, alright? Who am I playing as now? This is not Ellie, I think. Oh boy. I don't know much about this game, and I'm skipping the cinematic so I can post this earlier. So, yeah, the game actually came out really late today for some reason. I wish it was a little bit earlier. In terms of VRAM usage, by the way, and allocation, we see 7.6 or 7.7 almost gigabytes of VRAM allocated, and then 6.7 actually being utilized by our GPU. So, on high settings, I mean, the textures don't look fantastic, really, but at least it's not stuttery, you know, like the first one was. However, frame generation is a thing, and if you want a higher refresh rate experience, enabling FG might not be the... Oh my goodness. You could have gone, you know, away instead of staying there. I almost fell because of you, you bastard. And since we talked about the frame generation thingy, it dropped a lot in terms of VRAM allocation, actually. And let's see how much that increases the VRAM allocation here. Okay, let's apply that. Alright, so we went from 7.1 gigabytes to 7.4, so about 300 megabytes more or so than what we saw previously. But now, it is a buttery smooth experience, guys. I mean, look at that. If it doesn't go over the VRAM of the GPU, the 8 gigabytes, you know, it's going to be a buttery smooth experience all the way through without stuttering issues at all. Input lag wise, it's absolutely fine since the baseline FPS were always above 60, you know, and now you can utilize this on a high refresh rate monitor absolutely fine. A 144 Hz monitor, for example, would go really, really well with this. Oh, that's where we are, actually, with Joel, I think, and Ellie, right? Yeah. This is a nice shot, dude. Look at this. The depth of field and everything, the detail. That's nice.
Have you told anyone else?
I am liking this. Again, it doesn't look super technically advanced, I guess, at least not on high settings, I think. But it looks great still. And compared to other titles that have come out recently that make the 4060 struggle, like Assassin's Creed Shadows, I think I would take this route. Not so advanced graphics, but still very good looking and super buttery smooth. Why do you have the... Oof.
That's a lot of them.
Okay. What happened here? Damn. That's pretty crazy. All right. Let's go. We can see the textures on the wall there. Again, not too advanced. Oh my god! Is that a zombie, actually? A zombie. I think so, guys, because look at her hand. No? Okay, no, it's fine. Oh, I just remembered. The zombies in this game have fungus all over them. Oh my gosh. Or maybe not. This one is definitely a zombie. Come on. Come on. And yes, I'm calling them zombies instead of zombies because it's my signature. It's tradition at this point. Let's go. Should I shoot him? Will people hear it? Oh boy. I don't think so. Yeah, let's melee. That's definitely the way to go. Good stuff. Oh, another one. Seriously. No, no. You know what? Maybe I should... No. Oh, there are more of them. All right. Let's go this way. This way. Come on. Come on, get inside. I don't think they can climb here, so we're okay. We're okay. Oh, boy. It's starting, guys. It's starting. Is there a zombie? Yes. There's a zombie over there. Now we need to shoot him. There we go. Yes, I got aim assist on. I didn't know that we would get good FPS, so I just turned it on. It's another zombie over there. You know what, guys? It is probably time for us to disable that frame generation. Also, RAM usage is going up slowly but surely, so maybe 16 gigabytes would cause a little bit of stuttering here and there. All right, having 32 or more than 16 is definitely good. But yeah, we just turned off frame generation here. Let's apply that. And I think, what should we do? Maybe ultra settings, since this is running so well here at 1080p so far, right? I mean, why not? Very high. Oh, very high is the maximum. So let's do very high settings preset. Let's see, motion blur intensity 0. All right. I think it's running out of VRAM. That's why it was down into the 20s. And I'm not sure if we need to restart this. Ooh, this is still nice in terms of FPS. Okay. Yeah, I'm still going to restart it completely, all right? Just making sure, once again, 1080p resolution, DLEA, and very high settings preset. And apparently... Ooh, what the hell? Did you see that, guys? We were getting 70s, and as soon as I clicked Q, it went down to 30s, but that's because it swapped some things that should be on VRAM, I think, into the RAM at that moment, and it dropped things by quite a lot. See, so at very high settings, we start seeing some drawbacks of only having 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Oof, look at this. Jesus, what the hell? Can you sneak over here? Yes, yes. Now melee. Yes, please. Come on. Melee the bastard. There we go. Good. Very nice. Oh, he had bullets as well on him. Good stuff. But yeah, that's what happens whenever you run out of VRAM. It was way worse in the first one. Once again, this is only for a couple of seconds at a time, apparently. 69 average. Nice. But more ammo over here. Good. Can we open these drawers and stuff? I don't think so. No. All right. But yeah, high settings already looked really good, so I think you should just stick to those. Yeah, dropping into the 50s here. That's probably not VRAM related though, because it's just looking this direction. It doesn't go back up, you know, so this is the limit of the 4060s performance really. But again, no point in doing this, right, guys? You should just stick to high. So I'm gonna drop it down to high again. And we're back here on high settings, no VRAM problems anymore, and no drops into the 50s anymore, by the way. If you were wondering, there is quite a big difference between very high and the high settings here in this game. Let's just go over here. I just can't believe we're actually playing a well-optimized game in 2025. It's a remaster, though. Come on, don't look at me. So... maybe if it was a brand new title, running a new engine and stuff, it would run way worse. But again, it still looks good. Not amazing, but it looks good. Oh my goodness. I was starting to get really grumpy in these videos, you know, just really disappointed at every single game I play because of the optimization. But this is a turnaround, my friends. At least for this game. I bet the next one coming out this year, the next popular one, will also be broken, but hey. And I think we should now stop it and play at 1440p resolution, right? Because why not? We get 60 plus 100% of the time here at 1080p, so it should be capable of doing 1440p, especially with the DLSS. So here we have it now, 2560 by 1440 resolution, still using DLAA, which might be a bit too much for this card, and high settings as well. Look at this. This is just a cutscene, but it is being rendered in real time with the actual graphics from the game. So it's loading up our GPU to 100% and getting 60s, guys. 60s. And now the lighting looks way prettier as well. Damn, when the sun hits, it hits right, my friends. Oh, it's Ellie again. We're gonna play as Ellie again. Here we go. 50s.
I love his parents.
Not too terrible. Is it better to walk through the river than on the side of the river with the snow? I'm not even sure. This is going to be playable. VRAM allocation is at 7.5 gigs. Not too bad. I'm not seeing any of those huge slowdowns, so even at 1440p you might be able to keep the high textures as well, which is very important, of course, and something that you couldn't really do in the previous one, the part 1. So yeah, if you don't mind 50s and 60s, 1440p high settings is going to work fine on a 4060. What are the games from this year or last year where you can say the same? You can count them probably in one hand. Oh, the cutscene was over. I was looking at the graphics here and being amazed at the LOD and stuff. Again, it's not a huge difference from the previous one. I mean, it's probably actually the same looking as the previous one. But it's nice looking anyways. You know what? Instead of using frame generation, which actually increases VRAM utilization, so it will probably likely break the game a little bit on top of native resolution, I'm going to use DLSS on quality instead. All right, so let's apply that and see. We were getting like 63 FPS over here. Now we're up into the 80s. It's also really nice to see that now in this game we have a good bump in FPS whenever enabling DLSS quality, because in the previous one, I believe you enabled DLSS quality and there wasn't as big of a difference. Also, in terms of the quality of DLSS itself, it's a bit over-sharpened right now, but you can actually control that, of course. What I'm looking for the most is aliasing, and I can see quite a bit more aliasing, for example, on this window and that window over there. Then at native resolution on the ground over there as well, there's a bit of aliasing. So it's not a fantastic implementation of DLSS. I think it's DLSS 3 actually from what I'm seeing here. So overriding the DLSS in the Nvidia app might actually help it quite a bit in terms of the quality. But if you don't want to do that, still going to look pretty good with quality DLSS at 1440p resolution. Let's talk to her again. 60 FPS there, by the way.
Take a look.
So seeing vegetation might actually bring the 4060 to its knees a little bit with the DLSS still. Not too bad at all. And it also drops down our FPS, not FPS, the VRAM utilization. Oof, look at this. 50s. Gets really intensive over here, guys. This is probably where it would drop into the low 50s, high 40s. Without the DLSS. Damn, it's actually dropping to the low 50s now. Wait a second, I'm going to stop right there. 56 frames per second. Well, now it went up slightly. And I'm going to disable DLSS now, just to see the difference, okay? Here we go. Interesting. So over here, in some areas, it still behaves like the previous one, where FPS don't change that much by dropping down the resolution. It's still in the 40s though, but yeah, in other areas you see a 30 FPS difference, and in these vegetation areas you only see around a 5 to 10 FPS difference. Alright, actually over here it's quite a bit more than that, 15 FPS or so, but it can drop a lot as you can see. Alright, let's start counting our FPS. Let's go, keep on going here. 70s. I like the snow falling from the trees as she goes by. Obviously, it's starting to stutter a little bit more now that we are riding Roach pretty fast into this big town area with a lot of buildings and stuff. That's another thing the previous game struggled with a little bit in terms of stability, you know. And the thing is, in terms of VRAM, it's only allocating around 7 gigs right now. Maybe it swapped some things already into the RAM, and maybe those stutters were because of swapping. But, I mean, it's still very playable, even if it does swap. And I want to see with frame generation. So, let's enable that frame gen now. Alright. Oof. Big stutter there coming out of the menu, but it didn't really affect our gameplay experience whatsoever. And now it's getting 100 frames per second with input lags of what you'd expect, I guess. You can definitely notice it now. It's actually really similar to most games in terms of input lags, so you need a baseline of 60 FPS for it to be pretty good, like we were at 1080p. But even if it drops into the 40s and low 50s at times, as a baseline that is, it's still totally acceptable with the frame generation. I could play like this. Yes, we can. Oof. Oh boy, what happened here? Strike. Let's go. Good stuff. Nice, Ellie. You know, a blade is always nice to have instead of wasting ammo every time. Why do you keep turning off the flashlight? I don't understand, but okay. Oh, 2 of them right near each other. Can we take them out? I think so. Yes. All right, I got this. You got the on the right. There we go. Good stuff. Look at the blood on her face and everything. So nice, guys. This looks good at high settings. I like it. Look at it. You can even read the thing. Soda pack. X48. Wait, we've been using FSR frame generation this entire time. Well, that speaks loads of FSR frame generation and how far it's come. It didn't feel stuttery at all. It actually felt really smooth, and it got higher FPS than DLSS frame generation. And in terms of input lag, it was worse though. So even though we're getting lower FPS with DLSS FG at the moment, FSR FG was still more input laggy. This feels quite a bit more responsive actually. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. No! Okay, we're back here. I'm gonna start counting the FPS again. Come on. Get out. Get out. Mash F, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. Yes, there we go. There, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Double shot. Always double shot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, it's definitely... The DLSS FG is definitely the way to go. I didn't notice we were using the FSR one. But yeah, it feels quite a bit better right now. Although, again, you can still feel a little bit of added input lag over the native stuff, but it doesn't feel bad whatsoever. I mean, with this amount of input lag, we might actually be able to disable DLSS, just play with DLAA and frame gen at the same time, and it might still be a pretty enjoyable experience, especially for those of you playing this on a controller. It will definitely be a really enjoyable experience. So we're going into Fungus Land. Good stuff. All right. Oh boy.
All these spores mean they've been here for a while.
Oh boy, wait a second. This is way more intensive than I thought it would be. It's dropping into the 80s with frame gen enabled and DLSS quality. I still am not utilizing DLAA. More meds, good stuff, painkillers or whatever. I don't know. I just took one today, actually. It's been a really long time waiting for this. And then it needed to install or unpack the files, yeah, for like half an hour. Oh boy! Oh boy! We both fell in, okay. Now what? What is this? E. Let's go, help me. Ooh. Oh boy. So Bob sent these bastards to kill us, probably. It's still really playable, guys. I think this is the way to go. DLSS quality, frame generation, high settings at 1440p with a 4060 feels great. It plays great. It's responsive. It's really nice. But let's check it out without the upscaling enabled and DLAA plus frame generation at the same time. Input lag will be way higher. Yep, it definitely is. But if you have a controller, this could be the way to go, because even though input lag is a bit too high for mouse and keyboard, with the controller you can't really notice it as much, and it will feel alright. And now you get to keep that native resolution, which does look quite a bit better than the DLSS quality resolution. Oh, look at that guy. Goodbye, sir. Oh, in terms of VRAM usage, though, I think it already swapped some things into the RAM, but I didn't really feel all of those huge slowdowns that we were seeing before. So you can still play at 1440p high settings with high textures, DLAA, which is native res, basically, just with the added anti-aliasing from the DLSS. And frame generation on top of it, it still won't break the 8GB barrier, or if it does, it's not noticeable, so it's fine. Alright, let's see. Whenever you go into a new room or a new area, there's always a little bit thicker of a frame time graph, by the way, and you can definitely start noticing the input lag more when that happens. Come on. Alright, there we go. Still doable. I mean, I'm playing with mouse and keyboard, and I actually forgot now about the input lag, so it's fine. Boom! Kaboom! Hey, hey! Yes, direct, Gail. All right, oi, oi, kaboom! Let's go, let's go. You got nothing on me. You got nothing. Look at that. The animations, the smoothness of the animations, all seems so cinematic here.
Still moving.
Now I think we should throw this thing at that. Yeah, maybe over that thing. There we go. And now we should climb it. A little bit aliased, actually. Even though we're not using the DLSS quality anymore, the rope looks very aliased. And you know what can fix the aliasing? Better anti-aliasing or a higher resolution. So let's try it at the 4K res. So I will disable the DLSS frame generation first to play at 4K resolution. I think it will run out of VRAM at 4K native, guys, but here we go. 3840 by 2160. Yep, look at that RAM usage. It went up to 17 gigabytes there as I applied. So a lot of things that should be on VRAM already swapped into the RAM. However, it's still getting 30 plus. Spikes are definitely more noticeable on the frame time graph, so the stability is not as good. Yeah, it's really bad. It's swapping a lot of things. Even though the VRAM allocation shows as 6 gigabytes right now, it already swapped like 3 or 4 or 5 gigs into that RAM. Not 5 gigs, but like 3 or 4 gigs. And this doesn't feel as good whatsoever. But maybe with some DLSS, guys, on performance, which renders the game at 1080p resolution and then upscales it to 4K, maybe this is going to be a lot smoother and a lot better. In terms of FPS, yeah, 50s definitely better than 30s. We'll need to restart because now we wrecked everything in terms of memory management. So let's just restart the game. Also, if you're wondering, the room seems to have stabilized at 21.5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, look at that, guys. Now that we're not VRAM limited anymore, ooh, we kind of still are. 7.8 gigabytes there. It's approaching the limit. But we're getting 70-ish frames per second here at the beginning. Not too bad. Although not having a ton of headroom there on the VRAM side of things makes me a little bit worried that it will actually start swapping and then the FPS will drop down a lot into the 40s that we were seeing before. But so far so good, as you can see. Not too terrible. Enabling FG over this would make it pretty terrible though, so don't do that at 4K. Yeah, guys, after a restart, performance DLSS, although it's not looking like native resolution whatsoever, alright, it looks way worse. There's a ton of aliasing still, especially when the flashlight hits things in some certain angle. There is a lot of aliasing. And you can definitely tell things are a bit over-sharpened because, well, it's trying to make for lack of detail. Jesus. What are you doing? Why did you... You're drawing a giraffe. Are you serious? Okay. That's weird, Ellie. All right. Haven't you ever seen a giraffe? Actually, you have in part 1. So, why are you drawing that giraffe in specific? 4K is a bit too much. Oh, there's a motherboard there. Stop looking at that thing. That doesn't matter. Look at the motherboard. It's a really old one as well. Are those even PCIe? There are PCIe 1X over there. Those might be AGP. Holy crap, this is very old. RAM slots, CPU socket over there. Look at that. That's pretty awesome, guys. Oh, there's a GPU over there. Double VGA ports. Whoa. Oh, look at that. We found another motherboard here. And a hard drive this time around with a fan on top of it. And another GPU with double VGA ports. This is way too interesting, this house, guys. I like it. See, instead of drawing the giraffe, you should be drawing all of the PC components that you're finding, Ellie. That's what's more interesting about this. Let's go. Weed! No. Is it actually? I don't know. It is! So yeah, guys, we've been playing for quite a long time here at 4K resolution, 4K with performance DLSS, and it's been fine. It does have some inconsistencies, some instabilities there in the frame time, but aside from that, it's not too terrible, honestly. It will work. Can we take this with us, Ellie, please?
Oh,
yes,
there we go.
yes, very good idea. See that? I think locking the FPS with something like Rivet Tuner, for example, to 60, since it doesn't even drop from 60 FPS, let's skip the cinematic, by the way, it will actually fix those little inconsistencies and stuttering that we keep seeing. So, all right, so here it's actually dropping from 60 FPS, so the 60 FPS lock doesn't really do anything. Let's check it out at 50 FPS locked. And yes, that does seem to fix the frame time inconsistencies. So all you need to do is lock your FPS. Oh boy. This is a terrible idea to just punch zombies in the... Oh my! Oh my! Okay, no, no, I don't want this. Also, anyway, if you can actually get used to 50 FPS experiences, this is not too bad. This is definitely not the way, is it? Yep, I'm gonna die. Oh boy! Oh my goodness! So many! So many! Let's go this way, maybe? Yes? Probably a terrible idea, I guess. Maybe going this way. Yep. Okay. Okay. Breaking the ice and stuff. That's interesting and neat. Oh boy, 50 FPS locked all of the time. It does have some fluctuations there, but it's when things are dropping slightly. Oh my goodness. What should we do? Where should we go? Over here, maybe. Come on. Keep on going. Keep on going. Pull through. Let's go. We can do this. These camera angles are just weird AF. What is going on? My gosh. All right, let me just unlock the FPS again, because now I want to play it on medium settings and maybe 1440p resolution again. Oh my god, no way. Medium settings. Dude, look at those FPS. Are we playing with frame generator? Like, it's 1440p, DLAA, performance... I totally forgot about that. Okay. All right. So DLAA is back. All right, 1440p. No frame gen. This is medium settings this time around. All right, this is the preset. And it's getting us a good, consistent 60 plus FPS, I guess, all of the time. At 1440p resolution. Obviously, we're not doing exactly the same thing as before. Can we load a previous game? Nope. Okay, don't have any saves aside from this one. So let's just keep on going here again. 60s, low 60s at times. But if you prefer the native resolution stuff instead of using DLSS quality to achieve those 60 plus FPS, plus frame generation as well at 1440p, I guess this is it. Look at that. It's not dropping from 60, so... medium settings will be a go here, and it still doesn't look bad. Come on. Come on, I'm clicking. Hello? Hello, who are you? Joel! How's it going, mate? So good to see you. Come on. Ooh, nice, good job. Fire. Fire effects, by the way. Fire effects. See that? Not intensive. Come on. Come on. Stop it! Stop! You! No! We died! I was pressing F! Boom! 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 There we go. Alright. Good stuff. No, don't! Okay. I thought she was gonna close Joel out. Alright.
You okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Alright, there are ammo here, there are bullets, yes, there we go. Boom! Come on, let's go! Let's go! No, where's my weapon? Oh, of course, they actually break. Oh, I forgot about that. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, there's another one here. No, the crowbar! The crowbar! Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Right, more of them. Come on. How did you come from there? The window is not broken. But I just broke the glass. All right. Anyway, that's probably enough, right, guys? You get the idea. It gets 60 plus like this. It's actually pretty nice experience. Maybe we should try it at medium settings with some DLSS at 4K resolution now that we have a little bit more headroom on the VRAM side of things. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna set it back to performance DLSS. RAM usage went up like crazy, guys, by the way. You can see it's at 18 gigabytes, so it already swapped a bunch of things, but the FPS are actually really good still. Alright, different area now, playing as Ellie again, 80-something FPS with performance DLSS. Yeah, I guess it's going to be 60 plus, guys. And if you are at 4K, performance DLSS is the way to go with a 4060, really. In terms of VRAM, it consumes less than quality DLSS or native resolution, obviously. In terms of FPS, it's the most stable as well. And in terms of looks, in my opinion, it still looks better than like 1440p native resolution. It's pretty sharp, alright? Yes, it's upscaling from 1080p, but DLSS does a really good job. Even DLSS 3. Look at the shadow. Shadow's still looking fantastic on medium settings. I mean, it just works. In this one, it just works, my friends. The game is actually well optimized, I can say that. What the actual hell? I did not expect to say it once again, because first one was terrible. Oh my. Oh my. What the? What are you doing to Joel?
Get the fuck off me!
Enough spoilers. Thanks very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back very soon testing the RTX 5090 next to see the best graphics possible and how it runs on the super high end. So stay tuned in for that. And as always, love you all. Bye-bye.